The Cause of the Phases of the Moon by Becca Baker. The moon is an object that orbits planet Earth because of gravity. The moon appears to be creating light on its own, much like a star, as we look towards it. In reality, it is the Earth's reflection of solar light. The moon appears to change shape every night. This is because of the quantity of light it is receiving and the direction at what the Earth is angled with the sun. This is what creates the phases of the moon. Full moon. When the moon has shifted halfway from its new moon position and the sun, earth, and moon form a line, it is said to be full. This is known as full moon because the moon's disk is as near to being completely illuminated by the sun as it can go. The full moon rises at sunset and sets at daybreak because it is positioned opposite the sun. Waning gibbous. One of the moon's 8 phases is the waning gibbous phase. It happens when the moon is between a full and a third quarter moon. The illuminated portion of the moon that is visible from Earth appears to be decreasing in size during this phase. Last quarter. From Earth's perspective, the moon appears to be half illuminated, but in reality, you are only seeing half of the moon that is illuminated by the sun, or about a quarter of it. A final quarter moon rises at midnight and sets at noon, and it is sometimes referred to as a third quarter moon. Waning crescent. From our vantage point, all that remains of the moon is a narrow curve as it approaches the point in its orbit, where its day side faces the sun directly. New moon. With the moon's bright side facing the sun and the dark side facing Earth, this is the moon's invisible phase. During this phase, the moon rises and sets in sync with the sun, sharing the same sky position. The lit side is not just up during the day, but it is also pointing away from Earth. Recall that because of the moon's orbital inclination, the moon seldom passes squarely between Earth and the sun during this phase. From our vantage point on Earth, it only passes close to the sun. Waxing crescent. The reason this phase is named the waxing crescent is because the region of the moon's surface that is lit resembles a crescent, and the word waxing implies growth. The angle of the Earth, moon, and sun are nearly perpendicular during this phase because it is one step away from the first quarter phase in the cycle. First quarter. You can now view half of the moon's lit side as it is 25% of the way through its monthly voyage. Although it's common to refer to this as the half moon, keep in mind that it's not exactly what you're seeing in the sky. You're only observing half the moon's illuminated side. Around midday, a first quarter moon rises and it sets at midnight. Waxing gibbous. The portion of the moon that is illuminated increases from 50.1% to 99.9% during the waxing gibbous phase. It lasts till the full moon and begins shortly after the first quarter moon. Waxing indicates increase in size. The Earth's orbit. The Earth orbits the sun in the same way the moon does. As a result, the sun's direction will vary, influencing our daily perception of the moon. Only when we compare the various stages that we experience through the year does this effect become apparent. But since the sun's orientation varies through this year, we won't witness a direct altercation in the daily cycles. It is also crucial to remember that the moon is rotating as it revolves around the Earth, meaning that the side of the moon that is visible to us changes with time. The end.